What's up, everybody? This Eve coming to y'all with another episode of Hit the Sled. Before we get started on this episode, follow me on my YouTube channel at Hit the Sled. Not only should you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Hit the Sled, but you can follow me on my Twitter X page at Hit the Sled Pod. Man, I got a great episode for y'all. This episode today, we're going to be talking about how can the Washington Commanders win this NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And in my opinion, the only way the Washington Commanders will win this game is by stopping Saquon Barkley. And I'm sure you're asking yourself, how do they go about stopping Saquon Barkley? There are going to be a couple ways they're going to be able to stop Saquon Barkley. One of the ways, they're going to have to limit Saquon Barkley possessions. Here's what I mean by that. Time and possession, the Commanders got to hold on to the ball. On every NFL game, if you don't force any turnovers, if there's 0 turnovers in the game in the NFL, each team only gets 9 possessions. That's right, only 9 possessions. Now, when you force turnovers, it gives you multiple possessions, which means the other team has less possession. You have more possessions, which means you have more opportunities to score. The Commanders are going to have to either force turnovers or limit Saquon Barkley's possessions, meaning the Commanders got to win. They got to have at least a 35-minute time of possession. If they do that, they can possibly limit the Philadelphia Eagles' time of possession to 6 or 7 possessions. That's a good formula. In the NFL, 6 or 7 possession is huge. If you first force turnovers, if you get 1 or 2, if you win a turnover battle in any NFL game, your probability of winning goes extremely high. That's one of the things the Washington Commanders have to do. They have to force some turnovers. Last week against the Detroit Lions, Commanders went into Motown and they got 5 turnovers, which means the Washington Commanders had 14 possessions. Hence, the reason why they were able to score close over 40-some points. Now, fast forward to this week, they got to do the same thing. They got to force. Now, the chances of them forcing 5 turnovers again, they probably won't be able to do that. However, if they can get 2 or 3 turnovers, they're in good business. Or even 1 turnover. Because if you go to their Week 16 game when they play the Eagles, that's what make what Jaden Daniels did so pivotal, is because the Commanders had 5 turnovers and they still won that game. Think about that. They had 5 turnovers and they still won. That's just like last week, Detroit winning that game against us, and they had 5 turnovers. So the Commanders are coming in this game extremely confident. The other thing they're going to have to do, when Philadelphia does have the ball, they got to find a way to play physical up front. They got to be able to, defensive tackles are going to have to take on double teams, eat up double teams, allow Louisville and Bobby Wagner to fill and make tackles in the backfield, not 3-4 yards down the field in the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, as I speak to you, Deron Payne has been ruled out of this week. That's huge. Deron Payne was a difference maker in that Week 16 game, especially in the second half. He made some tremendous plays. I'm going to show that to you. And also, I'm going to show you what the Commanders can't do. I've been showing you every time the Commanders play the Philadelphia Eagles, what they shouldn't do based on the first week or the first time they met in Week 11. I'm going to show that to you again, especially in the fourth quarter. If they're going to win this game, and they can allow Saquon Barkley to get to the outside, they got to be able to force the edge, meaning the defensive ends for the Washington Commanders have got to force the ball back inside, and they have to be sound. They have to stay in their gaps. They have to have gap integrity. If they don't have gap integrity, they will not win this game because they're going to allow Saquon cutback lanes. And I'm going to show you again, when you give Saquon Barkley cutback lanes, you ask for trouble. He's going to kill you. He's going to beat you down. So I'm getting ready to show you all that. But the Commanders have a great opportunity to win this game, get some turnovers. Now, Jalen Hurts is coming to this game banged up. There was some film of him in practice earlier this week, limping around. That's not good. That's one aspect of their run game that we don't have to worry too much about. If he's out there limping around, he's barely going to be able to be effective. That's a great opportunity for the Commanders. That's a great opportunity for us to be successful. Folks, we got to get some turnovers. And when it's 3rd and long, when it's our opportunity to get off the field, we got to get off the field. No stupid penalties. These are all things you're supposed to do in every football game, but it's even pivotal for this game. So we got a tremendous feat ahead of us. And luckily, I'm going to be able to show y'all exactly what I mean by they got, hey, man, this is not going to be easy. But we got a great opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. This is a chance for the Washington Commanders to go to the Super Bowl. Think about that. Again, I keep telling y'all this. If someone would have told us in the beginning of the year that the Washington Commanders on January, the day before the NFC Championship game, the Washington Commanders would have an opportunity to play to go to the Super Bowl, no one would believe it. But here we are. Whenever you have an opportunity, you got to take advantage of it. This is an opportunity that the Commanders can't pass up. They cannot pass on this opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. They might not ever have another opportunity like this ever again. So they got to take advantage of it. You can't rest on the fact that it's Jay Daniels' rookie year. Dan Marino made it to the Super Bowl his rookie or second year, never went back again. And Dan Marino, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Never made it to a Super Bowl ever again. So if you have an opportunity to get there, you have to get there. You got to take your opportunity. You have to do it. So as I get ready to show y'all, the first thing I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to show you guys exactly what the Commanders did wrong in the Week 11 game against the Philadelphia Eagles, especially in that fourth quarter. You got to be able to see this. This is extremely important. And the reason why it's important, because this is what you shouldn't do. You got to set the edge against Saquon. This is Saquon right here. You got to set the edge. They're going to run this thing over here. You got to set the edge. You got Chin right here. You got Colin Farrell here. They got to set this edge. Because if they don't set this edge so that Saquon can cut back here, he's going to get outside and he's going to make us pay. So this is easy. The Eagles pull. As you can see, everybody is blocked. Again, the Eagles do a tremendous job. The tight end is getting ready to block Chin. They already, the tight end got a block here. Colin Farrell's in the watch here. The defensive tackle, Newton, is in the watch here. Look at this. Free reign. And look at Saquon right here. Free reign. You got two guys over here on Jalen Hurts. And so where do you think Saquon going to go? The only man that ain't getting blocked right now is Bobby Wagner. That's it. And Bobby Wagner got to take on a guard. He got to take on a guard here and then come off and get a tackle on Saquon. That's tough right there, man. That's tough. That's tough sledding. We can't let this happen. So this is going to be imperative. We got to set this in. Look at all this right here. These guys were all at the edge. They were standing there, beginning of the play. Not Chin. You can't get this tight end to get you. Colin Farrell, you can't let this guy sink you in. You got Newton over here. They got to get off field. They got to force this thing that way. Chin, you got to hit this outside shoulder. You got to hook him. You got to hook here. Force Saquon to cut here so that all these guys can flow here. That's what you want. Again, I'm going to tell you this. A tight end should never be blocking the defensive end. A tight end blocking a strong safety. He already got him hooked. He's already beat. As soon as Chin took that inside route, inside step inside, he was beat. As soon as Chin stepped this way, he was beat. As soon as he came this way, he was beat. Farrell should never let a tight end block hook him. Chin, you got to be here. You see him step inside? Once he stepped inside, that's it. The game moved so fast in the National Football League. Once he stepped inside, that was it. Now Bobby Wagner got to take on this guy, get off, and make a tackle on Saquon. Again, that's tough sledding, man. Even for an all-time great. Like Bobby Wagner, what makes him who he is, he took on the center, got off, and made a tackle on Saquon before he scored. Give his team an opportunity to make a stop. That's a great play by Wags. That's a great play. So as I sit here and tell you, this is again what we don't need to be doing. Now we fast forward to the touchdown real quick. This is fourth quarter. I don't know how many times I got to show y'all this. When you play defense, you got to stay gap sound. You got to stay gap sound. Again, Bobby Wagner, you cannot have Deron Payne coming inside, Bobby Wagner coming this side, and this taking on a double team. They already sealed this. You got Deron Armstrong going outside. You know what that happens? That creates an alley right there. How many times have I showed y'all this? Look at this lane for Saquon right here. Because you got Bobby Wagner going inside, and you got the D tackle going inside. You got this defensive end going outside. Defense, let me tell y'all something. When you play defense, at no time should two defensive players be in the same gap. If two people are in the same gap, somebody is wrong. That means there's a hole wide open. In this case, this is the hole that's wide open. And Saquon ain't going to miss it. Saquon ain't missing it. Look at that. He's in the clear. There's no way Bobby Wagner can come over this center, this guard right here, back. Come over here while Saquon is full speed. There's no way that's happening. No way. That's an easy touchdown. Easy. That turned the game. It was a 10-6 game for the Commanders. 13-10. So we fast forward to the next touchdown right here. This sealed the game. So because Saquon had killed them running outside, guess what happened? Everybody started overcompensating. Everybody overcompensate, trying to run to beat Saquon to the outside. You know what he did? He pressed outside, then cut it back. And it was easy touchdown. Can that happen? If we let this happen, look at that. Saquon just got the ball. And look at all these guys right here. All of them. Look at Bobby Wagner. He running. Look at Sheldon Day. He running. Guess what's happening? An alley is being created. This guy's getting blocked by the center. This guy over here is on his butt. This guy is trying to come over the top. He will never get there. And Frankie Louisville, our most explosive player, he's on the backside because of Jalen Hurts. What you think is getting ready to happen? Look at this lane right here. All the Eagles got to do is stay on their blocks. Look at this. You see that? He's in the clear. Saquon in the clear. That's touchdown. All day on the easy cutback. So you fast forward it to the next game, right? Let's move it to the next game. Let's move it to week 16, and let's see how the Commanders handle the first half. Saquon Barkley, 68-yarder, right? It's a 20-7 game. This is the first quarter. Same thing, same situation. We don't learn our lesson. Kenny Pickett's in the game. We get pinned in. Let me start it over again. We cannot allow these guys to bulldog the blockers in. We got to fight harder. We got to set edges. We got to force this man, when these guys pull, to stay in here, not be able to get out here. Because if this man gets out here, it's curtains. I'm going to tell you that now. We cannot allow this. He gets inside, but the thing is, all this is pinned in. The Philadelphia Eagles did a tremendous job of caving everybody in. We got to be stronger than this. We got to be strong. First of all, we can't allow Lane Johnson is going to the Hall of Fame. We got to fight harder than this. We can't just let him cave us in like this. When they played McGee this game. When he comes around, you got to hit this thing faster here. You got to come screaming downhill at this guy here. Because when Bobby Wagner tries to scrape and come across, he got a tight end waiting on him here. This receiver is coming up to block him. Man, the thing set up for Saquon. Can't allow this. You see that? Now he got an alley. Once he got an alley, man, you ain't catching him. He gone. The Washington Commanders cannot let Saquon Barkley do this to them. We got to set the edge. The Eagles are going to try to beat us out there in the edge. So guess what happened? And this is the same game. So we come to this game right here. We come to this game. This is going to be a straight dive. They come out third quarter. I don't know if Dan Quinn I don't know who screamed at him, but they came in and they did an outstanding job in this third quarter, shutting Saquon down. Saquon in the second half of this game, this Week 16 game, had 16 carries for 25 yards. They did an outstanding job eating up double teams, allowing these linebackers to flow. Look how they're eating up these double teams here. You see how they're eating that up? Look how they're eating it. Being physical. You got Colin Farrell being physical. Bobby Wagner, watch how they feel. Louvu and Farrell gonna make this play. Just watch how they make this play. You see that? You see how they got up in there? You see that? You got 2 men on him. I don't care how great Saquon is. He ain't doing, hey, he gonna get tackled on that. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's a great job right there by the Commanders. That's a great job. So you go to the next play. This is a pistol. Everybody's blocked but Colin Farrell. You remember when I told you a tight end, Colin Farrell should never, everybody's going to be blocked. The Eagles are going to win because this offensive line is outstanding. Everybody's going to get blocked. Everybody. But you know what? Colin Farrell said, this tight end is not going to block me. And he makes the play. This man right here said, this tight end, you remember I've been telling y'all all year, in the National Football League, a professional defensive end should never be blocked by a tight end. If they block you with a tight end, they need to pay for that. And that's what Colin Farrell did. So let's watch him. Let's watch him right there. Let's watch him. Let's see what he do. You see that, first of all, he jacks the tight end up, puts him in the backfield. Saquon had 2-way go. He could have came this way, which he actually should have did. But so used to bouncing on the skins, he's so used to getting outside, he didn't come inside. So when he came outside, Colin Farrell played this tremendously. And also by the tight ends getting jacked up, getting pushed 2-3 yards in the backfield, Saquon couldn't really come this way. So he said, I'm trying to go outside, but Colin Farrell is sitting right there waiting on him. Great job by 99 Colin Farrell. That's what we need tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We need plays like that the whole game. We need that the whole game. Now, we still got an issue. We still got a problem because the reason why I'm saying that, this play is going to be a lead going outside. We got 92 right here. 92 Armstrong. He goes inside. 96, excuse me. He goes inside. As soon as he goes inside, instead of coming up field, instead of taking a good angle of field right here, he should be beating this blocker up here. If he takes this angle up here, that stuns Saquon path. But because he goes inside and Marshawn Lattimore takes a couple steps inside, guess what happened? These guys got the edge. This guy's pulling. He's coming around. So guess what happened? Saquon gonna get the edge. We did not set the edge. 96, you gotta set the edge. Marshawn Lattimore, you a DB, you a corner. You still gotta set the edge. We don't do neither. And guess what happened? You see that? You see Marshawn go inside? You see him step inside? As soon as he stepped inside, look at this. You got this guy right here. Louvu's getting blocked here. You got this guy on chin. Guess what happened? Saquon around the corner. That's why this thing is important, man. Luckily, Bobby Wagner was able to get there to push him out of bounds. He almost didn't get there. Hey, man, this thing, gap assignment is going to be so important in this game. On this one right here, Dante Fowler does an outstanding job. The Eagles try to get outside. Dante Fowler sets the edge, forces Saquon back inside, and Bobby Wagner beats the left tackle, excuse me. Bobby Wagner, this left tackle right here, Maluga, the Australian dude, he's going to try to block Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is going to beat him, and he's going to make the play. But who makes the play right here is Dante Fowler because he sets the edge. He says a tight end is not going to block me. Watch it. You see that? That's what I'm talking about, setting the edge. That's what I'm talking about, setting the edge. Now, Saquon got to cut this thing back. Saquon can't go, he can't keep going outside because he go outside, Louvu right there to hit him in the mouth. So now he got to cut this thing outside. You got Bobby Wagner that's already beat this left tackle, and he's going to beat this guy, and he's going to make the play. That's outstanding work. That's how defense is supposed to run. You see that? You see how Saquon had to cut that thing inside? You see how Saquon cut that thing inside? Because Dante Fowler set the edge. Luvu's out here too. Saquon got to cut this thing back. He think he got something. You got this guy covering this edge. You got number one right here too. He think he got something. But guess what? Bobby Wagner beats two blockers. Two dudes try to get Bobby. That's why Bobby going to Hall of Fame. You see that? He beat both of them. He's square. And you got this guy coming here. Bobby square hit Saquon right in the mouth. You see what I'm saying? Boom. That's how you play defense. That's great work there. That's great work. That's the defense we need to be playing. The defense we need to be playing. Now, they try to run a draw right here. It's just one-on-one block. Man, the Eagles are talented. Man, it's one-on-one. Saquon missed the hole. Saquon was supposed to come right here. He tries to go outside. He takes the wrong hole. He goes here. When he goes here, we make the play. Deron Payne. They called Deron Payne for a face mask. But, hey, sometimes that's what it is. We're going to miss Deron Payne because this next play right here was all Deron Payne. Deron Payne going to get instant penetration. He's going to get instant penetration. And it's going to be a shotgun counter. You see how Deron Payne made that play? Deron Payne going to get instant on this counter. Instant penetration. When he gets that penetration, it messes everything up here on the pulling guards. That's what you need. That's what you got to have. Watch him. He's right there now in the backfield. Right now. He's here. He's going to mess everything up. The whole blocking scheme now is messed up. Everybody's confusion. Saquon is just going to use now his God-given ability. He spins. He made two guys miss. That's how good this brother is. Now, but you got other guys coming now. You got McGee coming. You got this guy coming. You got everybody coming now to wrap him up. That's the defense we need. We need that right there. That's what we need. Look at all these guys on top of Saquon. And you see where the Eagles linemen at? You see where they standing up? Look where all the Redskins defensive linemen at. They land on Saquon. That's what we need. That's what's got to happen. We got to beat they boys. We got to beat them. Get hype, Newton. That's what we need. Hey, man, let me tell you boys something this, man. These are the things we got to do. That's what we need to do to win this game. We are not going to win this game by playing timid and not being aggressive. We got to come downhill at these boys. We got to be aggressive. We got to be fighting for. We got to fight. We got to go fight for this Super Bowl berth, man. If we don't fight, we ain't gonna get it. We got to do everything we can to go to the Super Bowl. If we don't do this, we're not gonna get there. We got to fight through double teams. We got to get penetration. We got to beat blocks. We got to want it more than them. If we don't do that, we are not going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, y'all. We got to come better. We got to come better than what we did that first game in the fourth quarter in week 11 and in the first quarter of this game. When they came out, Saquon had 120 yards in the first half. If we do that, we're going to lose. But if we play like we played in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter, we're going to win this game. That's what we got to do. Man, with that being said, man, I'm grateful and thankful to everybody watching me on Hit The Sled. Man, Hit The Sled pushing over 200,000 views. We're going to get to 1 million. Man, I'm truly grateful to everybody that support me on Hit The Sled. Man, you got to subscribe to this YouTube channel right here at Hit The Sled. Not only should you subscribe to my YouTube channel, but you got to follow me on Twitter as well at Hit The Sled Pod. Man, I'm truly grateful and appreciative to everybody that's watching me on Hit The Sled. Man, Commanders going to the Super Bowl. You best believe that. We going. You got to believe it. And with that being said, man, be on the lookout for my next video. Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills, previewing the AFC Championship game. That's going to be a doozy there. Man, hey, I got something to say about that as well. So, man, keep watching. Stay with me. I truly appreciate everybody watching me on Hit The Sled. Man, stay on the lookout for that next video. In that case, man, I'll see you when I see you. Peace and good night.